Welcome to today's episode of Breakthrough Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Chris Ho, a medical doctor from Australia, and we're diving into an issue that's sparking conversations across the Pacific and around the globe: the phenomenal popularity of Ozempic and Mounjaro for weight management and type 2 diabetes. They are transforming lives, they're becoming cultural phenomena. We will unpack the hype around them. But here's the twist, and hence the title: Where is my Ozempic? How can I afford it? Whether you are in the US, Australia, or anywhere else, there's an insightful conversation you won't want to miss. What drives the stark differences in affordability and approval between these two countries? Even public perceptions differ sharply across the Pacific between the US and Australia. How do global shortages and regulatory changes impact you? What are the controversies? What does it mean for you? What are your doctors saying? We will reveal the hidden layers of accessibility issues faced by most patients and their doctors. Let's dive into this complex issue, supported by insights from recent studies and physician reports. First comes the regulators: the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration in the US, the TGA, the Therapeutic Goods Administration in Australia. They function to ensure safety, efficacy, and quality of these products for each of our countries. In Australia, Ozempic, semaglutide, and Mounjaro, tirzepatide, are now both approved for type 2 diabetes and weight loss, but only Ozempic is subsidized by the Australian government for use in type 2 diabetes, hence greatly improving its affordability for those that meet the clinical criteria for it. However, the increasing demand and off-label use in weight loss in the larger population is causing severe shortages for everyone. In the US, Ozempic is FDA approved in both type 2 diabetes and weight management in individuals with obesity or overweight conditions. Mounjaro is also approved for type 2 diabetes and weight management. But for weight management, it is under a different brand name, Zepbound. When prescribed for type 2 diabetes, they are typically covered by health insurance plans in the US. Coverage for weight management is less consistent. Some don't, some do. Hot off the press, as of Christmas 2024, Zepbound is now approved for use in sleep apnea. And how do these drugs work? They work by mimicking the body's natural hormone that helps to balance blood sugar and reduce hunger, making it easier to manage diabetes and lose weight. In Australia, accessibility has been a major issue. With Ozempic subsidized for diabetes, it makes it very affordable at $41 per script, or $6.60 with a concession card. Wegovy is Ozempic's brand name for the use in weight loss, was approved in August 2024, but it is not subsidized, costing hundreds of dollars a month. In September 2024, Mounjaro was also approved for weight loss. It is even more expensive, although it appears to be more effective for weight loss. In the US, while insurance may cover these drugs for diabetes, coverage for weight loss remains inconsistent due to high costs of $1,000 to $1,300 per month. However, the broader FDA approval for weight management and the publicity and buzz they have gained in the mainstream public has meant that more prescriptions are being written and less to go around. Both the US and Australia health guidelines prioritize lifestyle changes like healthy eating and exercise as the first step for managing obesity, but the US are quicker to incorporate medications or surgery as mainstream treatment options. In Australia, debates center on equity issues between diabetes and off-label users. In the US, Ozempic and Mounjaro have gained popularity through celebrity endorsements and viral social media discussions. Celebrities have made these medications more socially acceptable, contributing to their even more widespread use for weight loss amongst those that can afford them. The primary differences between the US and Australia comes down to regulations, affordability, and perception. The US leads in making these medications mainstream for weight loss, while Australia, their use is more tightly regulated, focusing on equity for diabetes patients. Popular demand in both countries are causing shortages. Both Ozempic and Mounjaro do come with side effects. Users may experience nausea and vomiting, constipation or diarrhea, and headaches. Rare but more serious issues like pancreatitis can occur. And there are few concerns about an increased risk of medullary thyroid cancer based on animal studies. Stopping these medications has shown to result in weight regain. An Ozempic study found that participants regained two-thirds or 66% of their weight they had lost within a year after stopping it. For Mounjaro, it was 14%. The high demand for Ozempic and Mounjaro has led to counterfeit products in the market. The FDA has warned that these fake drugs can be dangerous and contain harmful or ineffective ingredients. In October 2024, the Australian TGA banned compounded versions of Ozempic and Mounjaro because of safety concerns, forcing patients to rely on higher-cost regulated options. The TGA has issued an alert on counterfeit Ozempic pens. The FDA, TGA, and the World Health Organization have emphasized the importance of buying medications only from trusted licensed pharmacies. Celebrities have helped fuel the buzz around Ozempic and Mounjaro, with even some making light-hearted comments about their use. Kim Kardashian sparked rumors about using Ozempic in 2022. Elon Musk publicly tweeted, "Going to try Ozempic to help my weight loss. Who is with me?" In the world of reality television, The Real Housewives has casually blurted the phrase Ozempic magic in its script. Others are concerned that influencers and celebrities are exaggerating the benefits of these medications to create a social trend, now coined as the Ozempic pandemic, by preying on people's insecurities about body image. Some have reportedly earned substantial sums by promoting them and also for aesthetic purposes. The popularity of Ozempic and Mounjaro has led to various conspiracy theories and concerns. Some argue and claim that Big Pharma is intentionally pushing these medications to increase profits and deliberately keeping people dependent on the drugs long term. Now, to tackle the elephant issue. Frustrated doctors and patients, the very title of this podcast. Where is mine? Oh, where is my Ozempic, Mounjaro? The real challenge for many doctors and patients isn't just legal, it's systemic. From the US to Australia, frustrated physicians are trying to navigate this maze, plus the thick layers of accessibility or affordability issues on behalf of patients. Imagine being a physician in the US prescribing what you know could be a life-changing medication only to hit an avalanche of insurance roadblocks. It's a constant tug of war with insurers, which invariably delays treatment. In the US, the challenges physicians face are staggering. Pre-authorization nightmares. Insurance demands piles of paperwork and evidence, forcing doctors to justify every prescription. Med- medical Medical necessity arguments. Physicians must prove their patients meet strict criteria, a BMI of over 30, or additional health complications just to get a green light. Insurers' formulary restrictions. Doctors might want to prescribe Ozempic or Mounjaro for the right medical reasons, but insurance companies have their formulas and algorithms to decide. Now, to tackle the elephant issue. Frustrated doctors and patients, the very title of this podcast. Where is mine? Oh, where is my Ozempic, Mounjaro? The real challenge for many patients and doctors isn't just legal, it's systemic. From the US to Australia, frustrated physicians are trying to navigate this maze, plus the thick layers of accessibility and affordability issues on behalf of patients. Imagine being a physician in the US, prescribing what you know could be a life-changing medication only to hit an avalanche of insurance roadblocks. It's a constant tug of war with insurers, which invariably delays treatment. In the US, the challenges physicians face are staggering. Pre-authorization nightmares. Insurers demand piles of paperwork and evidence, forcing doctors to justify every prescription. Medical necessity arguments. Physicians must prove their patients meet strict criteria, like a BMI over 30 and additional health complications, just to get a green light. Insurers' formulary restrictions. Doctors might want to prescribe Ozempic or Mounjaro for the right medical reasons, but insurance companies have their formulas and algorithms to decide whether to cover or not, and push for cheaper, less effective alternatives. Even with insurance coverage, it is only partial. Co-pays or co-payments can still be sky high. Meanwhile, across the Pacific in Australia, accessibility looks different but is no less frustrating. Ozempic is subsidized for diabetes patients under the PBS scheme, but this subsidy does not extend to weight loss, leaving many patients to pay over $1,700 for a course of treatment. Australian doctors are caught in a bind. They are urged by the TGA to limit new prescriptions due to shortages, yet face mounting pressure from patients seeking off-label use for weight loss. So, what's the takeaway here? For doctors, the roadblocks are immense. There are the difficult conversations with patients who can't afford the treatment that they desperately need. For patients, the layers of red tape and high costs makes access feel like an unattainable luxury only for celebrities and the rich. Whether it's in the US, where affordability is king, or Australia, where equity is the priority, one thing is clear. Accessibility to life-changing medications like Ozempic and Mounjaro remains a global issue. As we wrap up, it is clear that Mounjaro and Ozempic are more than just medications. They are symbols of the complexities in our global healthcare systems. The future of healthcare will depend on how we navigate these challenges. Wherever you stand, whether you're considering these medications or simply intrigued by the hype, understanding the facts and the issues empowers us all to make informed decisions. Thank you for joining me, Dr. Chris Ho, on this journey. Let's continue asking the tough questions. Until next time on Breakthrough Podcast, stay informed, stay healthy, and take care. And a very happy new year 2025.